It does not matter one iota if you're religious or not. If you're an American citizen, if you were born in America and you see discrimination against your fellow citizens regardless of their race, sexuality, or religion, whatever, it's American to defend other Americans. It's un-American to say, well, this group of people, because of their religion, because of whatever, that they shouldn't be defended. That's un-American. That's very un-American not to defend other Americans. That's very un-American not to defend other Americans. Look, especially when it comes to religion. When you're a Christian in this country, and even an atheist at this point, you're set to go. You're set to go. You're set to go. That is if you're white. If you're anything other than white, if you're a Christian, atheist, whatever, there's some type of bigotry or discrimination against you because either your skin color, or your religion, or no religion, or whatever. And here's the thing. I love how anti-Muslim people in America, religious and or not, say Muslims are enablers or support ISIS, support Al-Qaeda. They're talking about their own citizens, okay? And they're making a generalization that they support the terroristic groups, which is absolute bullshit. Even Penn Jillette would agree with me on this. Penn Jillette would say, yeah, the sect of Islam in the Middle East, yes, it is dangerous, but guess what? American Muslims don't practice that sect here. Because if they did, ISIS would be in America. A form of ISIS. But guess what? There isn't a form of ISIS. Oh, wait a minute, there is. Oh, yeah, it's called the NRA. We should be worrying about those assholes. Here's the thing. Here's stereotypes towards all religious groups. And generalizing all religious groups. And tell me if this is not... Tell me this is not discrimination. Because I'm pretty sure it is. All Christians support the hanging of black people. Really? So you're making so that's a sweeping general, and that is a generalization that some people do make. For example, like the Christians in the KKK say. They say that, and I'm thinking, really? Do you, and this is, and here's my response to that. Do you think black Americans support the wrongful and racial deaths of other black Americans? Do you think white Americans support the wrongful racial death of other black Americans? No. There's a reason why I support Black Lives Matter. There's a reason why people, black and white, Hispanic, Muslim, whatever, support Black Lives Matter. Because of the racial discrimination against black Americans still in this country. So make that sweeping generalization that all Christians support the hanging of black people is not only completely false, but that's making a generalization that was even false way back even in the 60s. Another sweeping generalization about religious people that's completely false. All Jews are cheap. All Jews are misogynistic. Bullshit. You know how I know that's bullshit? Jon Stewart. For 16 and a half years, Jon Stewart was the host of The Daily Show. And when did Jon Stewart ever come off as misogynistic or cheap? Never. Not once. And if you look at it, especially in Brooklyn, there's different sects of Judaism, just as much as there's different sects of Christianity. And another example is, You have liberal Jews in New York, and you have Hasid Jews. Which ones are more likely to disagree with the misogyny against women? The liberal Jews. Who are more likely to agree with the misogyny against women? The Hasids. Because they block women from crossing the street or walking on the same sidewalk as them. Do you think liberal Jews stand for that shit? No! No, not one bit. Here's another thing. Gets to American Muslims as well. Well, American Muslims now. Here seems to be a stereotype. Because they're Muslim, they're enablers. What? What? Like I said, no. Like I said in the beginning, American Muslims do not support ISIS or Al-Qaeda or the Taliban at all. Far from it. People, since the media only covers the bad sect of the Islam religion in the Middle East and only covers the horrific stories of the horrible, horrible, deplorable actions of the terroristic groups, you have Americans who call themselves intelligent, who automatically assume that all Muslims support that. Wrong! There's a different sect of the Islam religion in America. They don't practice the one in the Middle East. Hell no! We would have seen horrible shit on the news already about that. Oh my God. The stupidity hurts my brain. Oh, the bigotry hurts my brain. The stupidity hurts my brain. You know why it hurts my brain? It's the fact that you have, and this really annoys me, you have the liberal left, the side that I'm on, being sucked in by anti-Muslim bigots like Sam Harris and Bill Maher and Richard Dawkins and Rush Limbaugh and Glenn Beck and Bill O'Reilly. Well, not Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck it defends American Muslims. Sorry, Glenn, I take that back. Bill O'Reilly, Megyn Kelly, Geraldo Rivera. I could go on. You have these anti-Muslim bigots who are sucking the liberal left into their fucking neocon position, saying that all Muslims are dirty because of their religion. If you think that all Muslims are like ISIS in America, then you think all Christians belong to the KKK, and therefore you also think that all Jews are cheap. There's no way going around it. Admit that you hate Muslims. If you hate religious people, or if you hate specific groups of people because of their religion, race, or ethnicity, whatever, admit that you're a fucking bigot. Admit that you're not a liberal. Admit that you're not progressive. Because you know what a liberal does? A liberal will say, yeah, there are dangerous parts of this part, so what, of the world, but yet in America, American Muslims, Jews, whatever, and so forth, aren't like that. That's what a true liberal does. I'm a true liberal. You know what someone who calls himself someone who calls himself a true liberal does? I've seen this happen before for the past 14 years. They take their bigotry, okay? They take their bigotry and they take a grain of truth that everyone agrees with and they fuse it together. And when they fuse it together, they sell it as the facts. That's how bigotry works. When you take intelligence and call it facts, or when you take bigotry and call it the facts, guess what? It's still bigotry. It's still ignorance. It's still hatred. People. I wonder if you're a true American, if you think that certain groups of people in the United States aren't American or aren't American enough because of their race, religion, or ethnicity. You know what makes America America? Us Americans standing by each other. That's what makes this country great. Or that's what used to make this country great. Now we're so dead set against each other that we don't know where the hell we are or what country we are. We're not America anymore. President Jimmy Carter's right. Democracy is dead. Democracy is dead. We're trying to take away the rights and privileges of every other human being, or we're trying to prevent other groups of people from having rights and privileges because we want to make the privileged more privileged. And you don't need to have money to be privileged. You just need to have the certain qualities that other Americans appreciate. If you don't have the qualities that other Americans don't appreciate, either you're not American enough to them, or you're just a nuance to them in their life. Think about this before you downvote this. Because if you seriously downvote this before even fucking watching it, you know what? I don't see you as a true American.